So, C, can you explain who Silky Diamond was and what was his status on the streets of Miami?
Silky Diamond, aka Silky Diamond Slim, he was in the top 3 chain of Isaac Hicks drug organization. A lot of people miss him because he real silent. He don't speak much, you know, but he a solid dude, man. I mean, through and through. Not saying that because he's from my neighborhood or I got a personal relationship with him. I just say it because I don't hear nobody talk about him. And he was bigger than everything I hear the people talk about around here, besides Isaac Hicks.
Now, was Silky one of your inspirations on wanting to become a hustler?
Yeah, he was. Well, more so, I wouldn't say to become a hustler because when I first saw Silky, he was always fly. I never seen him hustle. I always seen him ride by in the fly cars with pretty girls. So that was my inspiration to want to do that. And the next time I had my opportunity to get close enough to Silky Diamond to grasp some of the knowledge he had, you know, we was unfortunately, we was behind the walls of the penitentiary. And that didn't want to make me hustle because he taught me how to use my mind other than the hustle.
Now, Cal, when you was out here in the streets making noise, is it safe to say that you was known to be a hitter and someone that's not to be played with?
Yeah, I mean, you know, I'm not a self-proclaimed nothing, you feel me? But they know. That's all I can say. Public information.
Now, we spoke about a situation that you had with a crew called the Lynch Mob. And then later on, if I'm not mistaken, they went by the name of John Doe. Now, during that situation, someone allegedly was shot. Can you tell us what led to that situation?
Oh, man, you know, peace, man. I gotta say, man, peace and love to all them boys over there. Peace and love to Carlos, you know, Kachi, man, that's my dude. You know, we since then, you know, we already done shook, man, you know what I'm saying, the bygones and bygones, you know, and everything, you know, we got money together as they turned into the John Doe boys. And Bub took over the hell. Kachi still was on board, you know, and I was fucking with Bub, I was fucking with Cooter Hound, so, you know, we mended those ways, but that came through from one of my close friends and relatives, man, Chico. You know, we was all inside a club, man, on 7th Avenue, and something popped off, man, and, you know, shots rang off, and, you know, we was left standing. That's all I can say.
Now, see, you was telling me that you was the picture man on the compound. So basically everything that came through that visiting room had to come through you, or it wasn't moving. Being as young as you was, how did you gain that type of status? Because we know that's not your average Joe type of shit.
You know, that's a good question. I'm glad you answered that, or asked that, because see, I never spoke about it, you know what I'm saying, outside the walls. Because when I left the walls, I left all that to my boys back there. But as everybody came through there, I mean, meaning like the faces of, you know, matter of fact, this is at Coleman Penitentiary too, to make it understandable. CNN used to be out there at night, flighting out people, you know, a lot of killings, man, a lot of gang wars, and it just so happened that my custody level was so high because of the violence in my custody that I had to be in a level 5 penitentiary. But the time I had was short, so they knew that with the time I had, I wouldn't take no unnecessary chances in a position like that to do the things that I was doing. So they pushed me there. I didn't ask for it, but when they pushed me there, me being a G from the streets, I understood how to take advantage of it.
Now, you mentioned being in the zoo with Noriega. Now, are we talking about the General Manuel Noriega from Panama? And did you have any interaction with him?
Yeah, man, shout out to all them boys. You know, I can't call all y'all names, man. Y'all know what time it is. Shout out to all y'all boys that was at the zoo with me. And shout out to Jeff, J.A. Fort Myers, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, he was the only other dude that was active in the back in the back, that could go to special housing unit and go downstairs to the special unit where Manuel, the general from Panama, Noriega, we used to stay at. No other person can go back there. And the only reason why we was able to go back there is then again, they had me under close scrutiny of the administration. And they had me working in the lieutenant office up under them, thinking that was gonna stop me from making the moves on the compound at the zoo that I was, y'all know what the time, I ain't gotta say it, right? Everybody that was there know what time it was. I was he. Don't get it twisted.
Now, you were also locked up with the Falcone brothers, AKA the Cocaine Cowboys. Now, the same question as before, did you have any interaction with them guys, and what was their personality like and their temperaments in the prison system?
Man, really and truly, I was young. So I'm young in the system, and I didn't really know who I was dealing with, per se, as to the status they were. But I really didn't know who they were. I'm still a new jack to the world. Caught up early, so as they were going back and forth to court, you know, I was one of those people fortunate enough to be back there to sneak them some cigarettes and transfer messages to the other co-defendants and stuff like that, man. And they used to call me Lil J, man. So they confided in me, and that alone lets you know, man, my personality is one of 1,000.
Who was the City Boys and who was the Towners?
And well, the City Boys, man, it really was like an acronym, man, and the Towners was like an acronym, but what it was just a way for me to distinguish a set of people from a set. Like, you automatically knew the Towners because they always threw the foes up, meaning for life, Towner for life. Which a town, we gotta respect town because that's the first black neighborhood in Miami. That's the original black neighborhood over town. So we respect town. And then the City Boys, meaning the second migration of the black race into Miami was Liberty City, Brown Sub, Liberty City. So the City Boys, meaning the people that has had residences in the city, and the guys that stay in the city that just chill together, and they call themselves the City Boys. So it was, you know, that's how you differentiate the two.
When did you realize that you had to make a change in your life, and where were you when you came to that realization?
Man, I realized I had to make a change in my life after I did 364 days straight in confinement, 23 hours a day lockdown, man. They had me locked up in the zoo, man, in the cage, you feel me? So after that, man, they let me out for a week, man, and I was able to taste the freedom a little bit, sit up under the palm trees and burn me some good green. And it just automatically just shipped me. When they shipped me, by me being so close to home, it took me away from my children. So when it took me away from my children, man, I'm like, man, I've been riding away from home so long. So now I got close to being around my kids and stuff, man. I got to do what it takes for me to stay close to them so I can see them more. So that situation right there and sending me back to the penitentiary forced me to, man, change my ways so I can at least make some good time out of what I was doing, be able to get back out of these streets, man. That's what it was.
What changed from the Miami that you grew up in to the Miami now? And do you think it is better? Do you think it is safer? And are there more opportunities now than there was when you was coming up?
Oh, no. It wasn't no more opportunities. Now it ain't more opportunities now than when it was coming up. It was way more opportunities when we was coming up than it is now, because it was way more ways to hustle. Now it's safer now than it was then because technology is so broad. Cameras, camera phones, everybody got them. They ain't had that when I was coming up, so it was easy to get away with a lot of stuff, you know. So we living in a safer environment now, man. The hustle is hard. It's limited now. You got to have a certain technical mind to try to be technically savvy, to try to swing over this and swing over that and all that. And we ain't have to do that when we was coming up. The hustle was raw.
Now, see, give me the name of both of your books, and where can the viewers purchase the books?
Okay, the first book is it's called Gambling for Cash. It can be purchased, anywhere online. It's in 5,000 different languages. All U.S. Anything online, Barnes and Nobles, Amazon, all of that stuff. The second book is Across the Causeway. Across the Causeway, and it's sold all over online as well. So you can find it anywhere online, or you can holler at me.
So tell me, if you could have done anything different in life, what would you have done?
A lot of people know my upbringing, and from coming up, man, I was prophesied on to be a leader. I didn't understand that shit, because I thought they wanted me to be a preacher, and I didn't think I wanted to be in church. I went to prison, bro, and I was inquisitive. I wanted to know things, so I sought things. Now, I read things and I understood things. And anybody that know the process of being inducted into Islam, they find a name suitable to your personality. And I never been inducted to Islam. But I went to all their classes. I went to all their teachings. And I supported them in the system. Nation of Islam, Sunni Muslims, Christians. I'm an ordained minister. I got 4 years of Bible college. But that don't sway me to being no pastor. So when they told me I was a leader, I thought they was trying to push me into being behind the pulpit. So I strayed away. I got to prison and they gave me a name of Musa. And for all you that don't understand what Musa means, it means Moses. The man that's here to guide the people. Since I was born, man, they told me I was a leader, bro. Man, I had my pitfalls, bro. But, bro, what changed me is knowing when people recognize who you are. With you only being who you are.